Hi everyone, Fire Players here, and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. And today, guys, we are going to be doing we're going to be doing a match review. Alright, guys, another match review. I know I just posted a Western Bulldogs versus Brisbane one, but we're going to be doing two today. There'll be a whole lot more tomorrow, and then there'll be a whole lot more on Monday, followed by one on Tuesday. So they're going to be coming, the match reviews. We're going to be doing one for every AAMI Community Series game, and in the AFL season, other stuff. There'll be other series that will cover AFL match reviews. But today we're going to be reviewing Hawthorn VS Richmond, the AAMI Community Series game, which was on earlier today at 12:40 my time, 1:10 Victoria time. It was on earlier today, and yeah, this game did really prove a lot, and it answered a lot of our questions that we had about these two teams. So let's go ahead and hop right into things. So this game I thought was a massive game, as it really answered our questions that we had, our burning questions that we had about these two teams. Now, going into this game, there was a fair lot of people that were quite optimistic. There was a fair lot of people that actually said Hawthorn are going to compete in this, and we most certainly did not see that. Hawthorn 9-15-69, Richmond 14-10-94. Now, again, if Hawthorn had kicked straighter, could have they come closer? Maybe. We don't know. That would have been a whole different scenario. But from what we saw today, Hawthorn did not really come close to the Richmond Tigers. As the Tigers were ahead, they looked good the entirety of the match. Now, if you're a Hawthorn fan, this was probably disappointing. This answered a lot of our burning questions, though. So let's just go ahead. Let's just go off the match review topic for now, and let's go on to some of the burning questions we had. So one of the questions that we had was, will Hawthorn respond from Collingwood? Because they played Collingwood in an unofficial practice match last week, and their AFL team did not do very well. Did they? No, they did not. Most certainly not. They, again, their AFL team was not strong, and they again paid the price by copying another loss. Now, another question that we had is, will Hawthorn be up to the challenge in this game against the Tigers? The answer to that is no. Now, the last question which we had, which is one that was most certainly answered today, how will Richmond go? Will Hawthorn compete? How will Richmond go? Will this be close? Because there was a fair lot of people that actually thought Hawthorn were going to compete, but that didn't happen. Now, there was the question which, are Richmond going to be a good team this year? Maybe does this answer your question? Maybe it might. 14-10-94. So I think, I don't know, I seem to be one of the only people, and there's some others as well, that actually think Richmond are going to be back to their best. Some people have predicted top 4. I think top 8 for Richmond, and there's others that have predicted them to be like last year. I think Richmond are going to be a better team this year. They definitely showed that today, as they had a big lead on Hawthorn the entirety of the match. Hawthorn just kicked 3 goals late to turn that around and make it look like a little bit better. So pretty much, it was a really good Richmond defeat. Now, how did the Tigers quite do this? How did the Tigers do this? Well, obviously, they had some strong form last week against the Cats, so that obviously does kind of channel into the next week, and you almost get a little bit of a paved way of form. That's what Richmond had, and they came out, and they were really good today, Richmond. They showed like they could possibly be a better team this year. Now, obviously, if we were doing this early, if we were doing this 3 months back, we'd be saying, geez, we can't pick a winner. Who's going to win this game? This is hard to pick. But now that we've seen how Richmond have gone and how Hawthorn have gone over the off-season and how their practice matches have gone, we now have a clear idea heading into round 1 what this one might be like. Now, Richmond-Carlton round 1 is going to be an absolute thriller. It's going to be very good. In fact, so good right now that I kind of sit half-half. I don't know who I'm going to tip. Now, on Richmond, they do have superstars, and there's been people, like, with Richmond, you've gone half-half. There's been people saying, oh, their superstars are going to be down this year. They're not going to be as good. They're aging. And there's other people who have said their superstars are going to be right back up to their superstar level this year, and they're going to take them to the next level. And that's what I think. I think Richmond are going to be back, ready to go, and they're going to be back to them same old selves this year, the Tigers. I think they are. I think last year was just a bump in the road, and they're going to be right back to their strength again this year. Do I think contending grand final or top 4? No, but I do think they'll contend top 8. I don't think they'll get through to prelims, but I do think they'll give it a red-hot crack in 2022. Now, for Hawthorn, where does this leave them sitting? There's been a fair lot of people that have predicted them to be outside the bottom 4. I would now have them back in the bottom 4. I just think their showings recently have not been enough to earn themselves a top 4 spot. Now, there has been a couple of rare highlights for the Hawks as well. Tommy Phillips kicking a classy goal in the end, but again, that's just a highlight. But yeah, the Hawks, they were far from good today, and that's why they go down in a convincing loss as well. And the Tigers, they've really started 2022 off quite well. Now, obviously, yeah, we did think this was going to be a close game, but yeah, I was very happy that questions got answered today. That yeah, I do think Richmond will be back to their old best in 2022. Now, I'm going to be looking at some stats in a minute, but yeah, this one, definitely the Tigers, and Tigers fans, you should be happy. Now, even though it was only a 25-point win, do not be disappointed with that. Do not be disappointed. Take that, and now you'll be heading open-minded into Carlton in round 1. Probably, at this stage, with your fingertips just in front. So, 25-point wins for the Tigers. You can see there, Hawthorn never led, actually. And it was just the Tigers. Now, the last quarter, you can see this big part right here, from this part to this part, are all very similar. So, for about a whole quarter, pretty much, from middle of third to middle of fourth, there was not really a lot of action going on. Now, again, if the Tigers, they could have bumped on more goals then and really got the lead out. But again, that's okay. The Tigers, this is just a practice match. I do think the Tigers are going to be back to their best. There is probably still work to do for the Tigers if you really want to be back contending with other teams for a top 4. There is more work that needs to be done. But look at that, 7-4 in the first term. That is a really strong point. 7-4, that gets you to what? 46 at quarter time. So they should have been able to have capitalised more. And imagine that. Pretty much every term, banging on another 30, 40, this could have been a monstrous win. So, really for Richmond, if you are down, if you are upset with this, do not be upset, Richmond supporters. This was a very good game, and I think you got a lot to take into round 1. And I think, yeah, adding on more goals would have been perfect, and that is definitely something that could have been done. And I think that's something that they will do. I think this is just a little, again, they're not back to their full strength just yet. I think by the time the AFL season comes, though, they'll be back. They'll be right back to their full strength. They'll be right ready to go. Now, Josh Ward has put up his hands for a round 1 debut with a team-high 29 disposals, 9 contested possessions, 6 clearances, and 6 score involvements. So, yeah. Now, Richmond's ability to score off turnovers was the difference in the end. So, Hawthorn obviously making a lot of turnovers. Tigers outscoring Hawthorn, so they got 60 of their points from turnovers. So obviously in this first term, Richmond would have spent a long time inside 450, and Hawthorn would have just been sloppy and made those turnovers and just giving Richmond food really, and Richmond just snatched it up in a heartbeat. Now Revolt and Bolter kicking 3 goals. Now Bolter is an interesting name there. I did see that he is going to be in the forward line. Now, they're National Arts, 7 tackles each. This is how I'm going to have it. And then it looks like a Tiger demolition, which it was probably exactly that. Short 31 touches and 126 fantasy. Now, we're going to be looking at some players. Now, Baker also 110 fantasy and Cochrane 104. That's it, that scored above 100 and to the lower part of that as well. And then, yeah, 93 for Bolter, kicked 3 goals, 1. But yeah, it could have been a disappointing day for the Hawthorn Hawks. Now, also, Josh Ward, the 91 fantasy. And yeah, Jaden Short, the only player to get above 30 disposals on the ground. At a 94 efficiency as well. That's pretty good if you ask me. 26 for Baker Martin, who were going at 85, and then 26 for Cochrane at 73. 25 for McIntosh at 80. Again, I do like to have a look at disposal efficiencies. This is always interesting. Who collected touches that went well? Yeah, I'm saying Jaden Short for me. He was kicking the ball superbly. Now, their goals, Revolt kicking 3-2, Bolter kicking 3-1. That was a big thing. Now, Lynch kicked 2 goals as well. So, yeah, that's how that one went. Now that we're going to be going in and looking at team stats, Richmond controlled the footy, having way more disposals, almost outnumbering Hawthorn by 100, in fact, as well. They went inside 50 one more time. Disposal efficiency sometimes can be the difference when it's 70% to 75%. Efficiency inside 50, I did go over that in my Western Bulldogs one, and that did prove a big... Western Bulldogs Brisbane, that did prove a big thing in the game, but this time, no. 50 to 55, Tigers has gone that little bit better. It would have been turnovers. That would have been the real thing. Clearances were decently, 71 turnovers apiece, but the Hawthorn turnovers would have obviously been the defensive half. The Tigers could have been like in the middle or something, where Hawthorn just could not get going from there. And then, marks inside 56 to 20. That's where Richmond could have gotten some of their scoring shots as well. Time front, whole game to the Tigers. Getting way more through the big sticks, the Tigers as well. And then that's it. So that is going to be it for another match review, I reckon. I don't really think that I need to talk too much more. But yes, our questions did get answered. Richmond are going to be back to their best this year. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. You've got Crows Port, which would have just ended as this video is being uploaded. And Essendon St Kilda will be starting soon, so we'll be making more match reviews tomorrow. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Facebook. So you guys never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So bye guys. Fire Plays out.